Good morning, friends. I'm Pastor Ben Hayes from First Baptist Church, Dadeville, Alabama, bringing you our thought for the day on this Thursday morning. And I hope that you are having a great morning so far. God is so good to us, and He's given us rest for the night. He's given us a great day to serve Him and honor Him. My prayer this morning with Sonia was that He would guide our hearts, our mouths, our minds, our spirits, our actions, everything that we do, so that we might please Him and glorify Him. And I hope that you'll pray the same kind of prayer and do the same kind of thing as God calls on us to serve Him. Well, this morning we're continuing in Proverbs chapter 28. There's so much good stuff here in this chapter. It is overwhelming to think about the wisdom that Solomon gives, and it's always these verses that keep coming back to the same theme because in the Hebrew mindset, the best way to teach was line upon line, precept upon precept. You teach a truth, come back and teach it again. Come at it from every different direction until somehow it permeates our minds and takes root there. And so that's what he's done in this chapter. As I mentioned to you before, these are called the verses of Hezekiah, and they deal with the contrast between right and wrong, good behavior and bad behavior. And we come down to verse 21 and 22. He says, "To show partiality is not good, because for a piece of bread a man will transgress. A man with an evil eye hastens after riches, and does not consider that poverty will come upon him." Well, now think about this for just a minute. He says that it's not good to show partiality. Very same thing that James is talking about in the New Testament. Partiality is showing preferential treatment to someone for whatever reason. Maybe you show partiality to a wealthy man because he's wealthy and famous and can do things for you. Or maybe you're on the other end of the spectrum and you care about the poor and the oppressed, so you show partiality to him. You show favoritism to him over the wealthy man. Well, what King Solomon is saying, to go either way is not good, because the very person that you show partiality to, they're going to turn around, and if they need a piece of bread or want a piece of bread, they'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. So, what he's talking about is it's better to just treat everybody fairly, rightly, justly, and then they can make their choices and you won't be as affected by that choice. They may still do whatever it takes to take that bread, but you will not have shown partiality to them and placed them in a position of preferential treatment. But he goes on and he says, "A man with an evil eye hastens after riches and does not consider that poverty will come upon him." And again, it's that mindset that will do whatever it takes to accumulate possessions, wealth, money, houses, cars. A man with that kind of mindset who does that never thinks about the fact that poverty is going to hit him. But if you look at so many people in our world today, and I mentioned this last night in our prayer meeting, there's so many people who want to get rich quick. And so they play the lottery and they win the lottery. They have all this money. And in a matter of just a few years, they're completely broke and miserable. Why? Because their mind is always looking to gain more and more. And the problem with that is that so many times we're not ready to take care of those kinds of things. You remember Jesus taught a parable, and it was the parable of the talents. And as the master was going away, he calls in his servants and he gives one 10 talents, he gives another 5 talents, gives another 1 talent. And the idea here is he wants them to take those talents and do something good with them. Well, the servant who has the 10 talents goes out, invests it, comes back, has 20 talents. Servant with 5 talents goes out, invests it, comes back, he has 10 talents. The guy with 1 talent, he goes out and buries it because he knows the master is a hard man, and he doesn't want to face the wrath of the master if he should lose that talent. And so when the master returns, he praises the 2 men who have doubled his investment, and because they've done what he expected them to do. But the man that buried it, he rebuked him. He said, "If you just had given it to the bank and let them pay interest, I would have earned something on that." So what does the master do? He takes the 1 talent from the man who didn't do anything with it and gives it to the man who had the 10 talents and who made 10 more talents, because that man knows how to take care of possessions, how to invest wisely. And the point of the story is to those who take no responsibility and use what God has given us, then we're going to lose that. And to those who have taken that responsibility and used it wisely, God will give more to. So that's the way that we gain in this world as believers. When we trust the Lord, we use what God has given us and trust Him to be the one who provides the blessings and the abundance. And the promise is that He will take care of all our needs. So I hope that you think about that today. Focus on living the kind of life that is pleasing to the Father, always doing what is right. And I know that you'll be blessed. Have a good day.